financial problems, elder law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by Thav Gross. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Today's topic is the credit cards are a killer. Pat Simasko, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Jeffrey Kirshner.
Morning, Ken.
Brian Small, credit card eliminator expert, partner at Thav Gross. Good morning.
Always a pleasure to be here, Ken, and let's find some way to get
The
rid of some credit
Eliminator.
card debt. The Eliminator.
That's your new license plate, the Eliminator.
That was
I
from
like
the
it.
baseball movie. Matt Dillon was the eliminator. He was the pitcher.
I like Matt Dillon.
What was the movie? Cleveland Indians? Name
No,
of
no. You got it wrong.
It's Charlie Sheen.
It was Charlie.
the... It was
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
good one, yeah.
But he was the eliminator, wasn't he?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right. Anyway,
We got
the
it.
topic is, I will check that and get back to you next week. Or maybe at the break we can do a check. Credit cards are exploding again. Article in Newsmax Finance segment says that credit card debt bumped in November of this year at 11.2 billion up to 1.023 trillion, exceeding the record set in April of 2008.
That's
And-
crazy numbers. It
and
went from 11 billion to 1 trillion?
No, it went up
It
11
increased
trillion.
by
Oh, it
11.2
went up.
billion.
Oh.
But
But it's
11
still
billion
crazy.
in a 1 month period is
Oh
an
my
enormous
God.
bump. And
It was Christmas time, Thanksgiving. People
well,
had
it's
to
really
buy,
before though.
people had to buy the
November is
turkey.
October's buy.
People had to buy the turkey.
Chris Markowski said, "You remember 2008, don't you? That's when all the trouble began."
No, that's the problem. No one remembers 2008.
That's true. They have a
People
short memory.
have short memories. They have forgotten about 2008. Everything is hunky-dory. The stock market's exploding. Everybody's making money.
Do you think that's true?
And it's going to
Yes.
hit.
I think,
and it's-
think
what-
everybody's forgotten
Yes,
about
I
2008.
do,
Yeah.
because you hear the reports all the time. You've got a president right now that keeps touting about unemployment that's going down, employability is going up, and more importantly, records of the stock market every week. And so that's what he's touting, is that the economy is great.
Yeah.
Well, everyone has now forgotten
It's
about
going
what
to
has happened.
hit the fan.
You know what,
Have
and
you forgotten
now.
about it?
No,
Soon.
no, because I live
I
it
haven't
every day.
forgotten
Because what you ask the families, what
I
happened?
learned lessons from it.
Yeah, what happened in 08? How did it make you feel? What happened when you had to pull money out? The trouble is people's risk tolerance in the market is based on how well the market's doing. So the market's high, everybody's all in.
Everybody wants
Market
inequities.
crashes, all that stuff come flowing
Everybody
back, and
wants
they
to
get the
have bid
hell
all.
out.
But what I find interesting, though, is that 2008, we've got a whole new generation now of people with credit cards now. 10 years later, you've got a whole new generation that really didn't remember, weren't affected. Maybe were children.
Just like the people that you had
Right.
you had the depression parents, and then their children had
That's-
no idea
yeah.
what the depression was.
And all of a
same
sudden-
thing. You've got children now that had
Yeah.
no idea what the Great Recession was.
I know we
It's a
don't
great
know
point.
the answer at the moment, but I wonder, of this credit card debt, what portion of it belongs to the quote-unquote millennials that were so fiscally responsible 6-7 years ago that now I bet you they're like, what I want the house, I want the car, I want the kids.
The
I want
millennials I know best have learned from their father to never get into credit card debt. So they've solved their problem of their wants by saying, "Dad, I need you to help me out."
Yeah. But one of
Loan
the
me
But
money.
yeah,
Loan
well,
me-
no, give me
Give me
money.
money.
Pay for this.
It's always a loan.
Yes,
Right.
but one
It's
other
all
thing
along.
I've found, though, is that in our new age with technology, which is phenomenal, making everything easier, well, everyone's now on Amazon, everything's online,
Click,
everyone
click,
is
click.
doing,
Very easy to spend.
no one's paying with cash anymore. Everyone is using credit card, so it's all electronic, so it's
Free.
all video game dollars. They don't really see the money.
I've been saying
Because
that
you don't
for
think
years.
about it until you get the bill
Correct.
down the road.
I've been saying that for years.
That's
It's
what
just
you
as
like to pay.
simple as going to the grocery store. It's so easy to swipe. And instead of like take out the $100 bill and see how hard it is to
Yeah,
break that.
at the grocery store, I always pay in cash, and and I'm mad at myself if I'm there and all of a sudden I only have $100 of cash and the bill comes to 105, and then I got to throw it onto the debit card. I just don't like doing that.
Right.
But even then, and then I say I have to take the receipt, so I put it. I'm old-fashioned. I actually write it into the checkbook and deduct it from the balance. Well, the millennials don't do that. I've noticed. They don't even have
They
a
don't
checkbook.
No, what's a
have
checkbook?
Yeah, like, do you reconcile your checkbook?
Can I say hell no on TV? No.
You?
No.
No, but I do pay attention to what I've got going on back
This guy to the penny.
To the penny.
Good boy.
I do. I reconcile my checkbook,
Good
but I don't
boy.
do it to the
Every
penny.
month.
If I'm plus or minus 100, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I just watch to see if it evened out the next month. But yeah, well, I have an accounting. If you have an accounting background, you're going to be. You learned accounting and you reconcile bank accounts is the first thing you do when you're in entry-level accounting working for an accounting
Banks
firm.
make mistakes. No matter whether you make a mistake or
They
not,
do.
banks
They'll-
do
they'll-
make mistakes.
A check will go through at the wrong amount.
And again,
sometimes to your advantage, sometimes to your disadvantage.
And again, that goes back to electronics, not only debit cards and everything else. Banking is all electronic, so people don't feel the need to have to reconcile manually or have a spreadsheet because the bank will do it for them, and they can every day go to your ATM and see what
And
your limits
the
are.
important thing to reconciling or maintaining your ledger balance is to know really how much money you have in the bank, not what the bank account balance is, because you've got outstanding checks. Although the modern day millennial is paying everything online, so you don't have the float period of the outstanding check before it hits the bank account on a very far basis, unless they're scheduling their bill payments out in advance. I want to give you a quick quote before we take the break.
Tell you
No,
this one thing. I think you titled the show the wrong title.
what do you think we should
I
have it?
think we should just call it History Repeats Itself.
You're right. Let me give you a quick quote from Chris Markowski. He's the Newsmax finance insider that I think summarizes what we always believe to be true with credit card debt. The fact is that credit card debt is never truly manageable. If you are paying interest on your outstanding balance, you already have a financial problem on your hands. Those words to me are magic, and the country doesn't understand it. If you got $30,000 of credit card debt and you're paying 20% interest, how much interest is that a year? Anybody?
$7,200.
$6,000.
Well, 600 times 12 months is 7,200.
30,000 times 20%
We're out.
is
6,000 a
$6,000.
year.
We'll take a
Oh.
break.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Thav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Thav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your savings, and more. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Samasco Law wants you to know that laws are changing. Today, the average cost of nursing home care is $85,000 a year. With proper planning, we can help protect your life savings and get you the Medicaid and nursing home benefits you deserve.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Thav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP.
All right, we're back. All right, so it's $6,000 a month, but you were on to the right point because really it's $7,500 a year because you have to make the minimum payments at 2.5% per month of the balance on $30,000. But here's the point. Once you're into that situation where you've got $30,000 or more of credit card debt and you're making a payment of $600-700 to $1,500 a month, you're in what we call the credit card trap. And the credit card trap works like this. You might think you're okay because you're making enough money and you're making the payments. And even if you're making the payments a little bit above the minimum payment, you're saying,
I always pay extra. I always pay extra. That's what I hear all the time.
So I'm okay.
Right. And so how come your credit card balances went up this year instead of went down if you always pay extra?
And the answer is this. When you pay that extra, at 2 weeks into, or 3 days into the week, your balance in your checkbook is zero. So when you need to buy something, what do?
Use a credit card again. Yeah.
So they go down and they go up. And at the end, they never go away and they keep creeping up. So that's the credit card trap, is even though it creates a false sense of, well, I'm making the payments, I'm even paying more, you're never getting rid of the balance, so you're always paying the interest the rest of your life. It's a big problem because you're wasting away your money. Let's illustrate it. We're going to take two people because Brian always likes to make the point when we do our seminars. If I take Jerry and I say he has $120,000 of credit card debt, then halfway through my conversation, Brian's going to say, it doesn't matter whether Jerry has $120,000 of credit card debt or if he has 60 or if he has 30, everything is relative. So in deference and respect to my partner, I thought I would do an illustration and I'd cover Jerry and Sam, who have respectively $120,000 of credit card debt and 60 to show the impact. Their minimum payments, for Jerry it's $2,000 a month, for Sam it's $1,000 on $60,000, multiplied by 2.5%. Payments per year, Jerry $24,000, Sam $12,000. Interest per year, Jerry's paying $16,000 a year of interest, Sam's paying $8,000. Let's assume Jerry is a higher income earner and he's in a 25% bracket. He needs to make $32,000 in order to pay the $24,000 in payments. For Sam, who's in a 15% bracket, he needs to make $14,118 in order to net $12,000 to make his payments. The percentages of income. For Jerry, he's paying 26.6% of his income. For Sam, he's paying 23.5% of his gross income. Both of those percentages, if you think about it, are insane. 26% of the amount that Jerry's making is going to pay his credit card debt. If they invested that money in savings, rather than making their payments, for Jerry it's $2,000 a month, for Sam it's $1,000. 7% interest. In 10 years, how much money does Jerry have, Brian?
A lot. He has $342,235.
And what does Sam have?
$171,119.
Now go to 20 years. Jerry.
Over $1 million.
Sam.
Over $500,000.
It's big bucks.
But
and all you're doing is not paying the interest to the credit card companies.
I want to show you something, though. The difference, though, is that Jerry, even though Jerry's paying out $2,000 a month, and it's his percentage of his income going to his credit cards is 26.6, Sam is hurting worse than Jerry in this situation.
Because Sam has less disposable
Sam has
income.
less income. So the guy who's got $60,000 worth of credit card debt and he's making $80,000 a year versus the guy who's got 120 and he's making 160,000. That $160,000 guy his income, he still has more disposable cash. Now you take somebody who's got $20,000 worth of credit card debt and they're making $50,000 a year, it's killing them.
This is the commonality for both of them. They're squandering their retirement.
Clearly
That's
they're
exactly
wasting
right.
money.
They
They all
both
have to do something.
Both of them have the power
Yeah.
to get to the point of
Yeah.
retirement, to have a house fully paid
Yeah.
for, have zero debt, and have cash in the bank if they get rid of the credit card debt. And if they don't, they're going to retire broke.
Neither one
They're
of
not
them-
going to have enough money to live on.
They won't have a pension. They'll have a small Social Security.
Well, they can't retire because they're still going to have this. They'll still have
But
this
they
interest
have
payment.
to. The commonality, the common theme is that every one of them, whether it's Sam or Jerry or the guy that's only got $30,000 for the credit card debt, they have to do something to draw a line in the sand and eliminate the debt.
Right. Let's look at it and illustrate if they don't do anything for a second. They've got zero savings and it's time to retire because they've been in the credit card trap their whole life. Their rent, because they don't own a house, is $1,500 a month. They're paying $2,000 still, Jerry on his credit cards. Sam still $1,000 on his credit cards. Their car expense is $500 a month. Other expenses $500. Jerry's total expenses are $4,500. Sam's are $3,500. Their Social Security income. For Jerry, I gave him $3,000 a month because he had more income. Sam, $2,000 a month. The net, they're both $1,500 short every month in retirement. They have an $18,000 annual shortfall each year. They can't make it in retirement.
You got to make it up on
You know
credit
right
cards.
there, you know what happened right there, though? Jerry, who was making twice as much money as Sam, is now the same as Sam. Jerry and Sam are the same
Right.
person.
Yeah.
And if both of them eliminate their credit card debt at age 75, big deal. They get rid of their $2,000 and $1,000 savings. They still have no money for retirement. They're still broke. They still are paying rent because they didn't buy a house. They may not have any other debt, but they don't have enough money because they have zero savings. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and we're going to say, what if they do, what should they do, and what's the outcome if they do it smart?
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Fav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Fav Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
A lifetime of hard work. If you're approaching retirement and don't have the right plan in place, you can lose your home, your investments, and your savings. And you didn't come this far to lose everything. Putting a solid strategy in place with Samasco Law legally protects your assets as well as your wishes. Since a will doesn't cover you medically or financially, Samasco Law goes beyond ordinary asset management protection to safeguard everything you have.
How much can you afford to lose? Call Samasco Law today.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Fav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Worth Ave Gross, our firm will solve your problem.
Time for announcements. I want to remind our viewers, listen to us Tuesdays 11:30 a.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. for Law and Reality Live on Praise 102.7 FM. Then on Thursdays from 3 to 4 with Cliff Russell for Law and Reality Now on 9:10 a.m. Be sure and sign up for our monthly contest. Free $50 Visa gift card, Law and Reality hat, and copy of my book, Dump Your Debt. Just go on the websites and click on the right spot and you can sign up. We've got seminars coming up on Wednesday, February 21st, 6 to 7:30 p.m. The credit card bills are killing me. It's now in February, and those shopping holiday credit card bills are in the second cycle. They're going to kill you. The seminar is about how to preserve your future income for savings, what's the smartest, most efficient way to get rid of the credit card debt. Sometimes it's bankruptcy, sometimes it's solutions outside of bankruptcy. We're going to have a special segment with Jeff Kirschner covering the basic elements of how to address a disability claim. Attendees get a free copy of my book, Dump Your Debt. Sign up at lawandreality.com, thavgross.com, or do it the old-fashioned way and call 888-235-HELP. Then on Wednesday, February 28th, 6 to 7:30 p.m., we have a seminar. It is called When Your Parent or Spouse Needs the Nursing Home, How to Pay for It. Pat Simasko, our elder law expert, is going to lead us through the steps to qualify for Medicaid. We're going to talk about how to structure your assets and your estate to protect them from Medicaid so that the government is paying the bill for the nursing home rather than coming from your estate. You need to realize that nursing home costs run $8,000 to $12,000 per month. The average stay is 32 months. It will take away all of your available cash. It's about protecting your money if you're widowed or if you're married. Sign up at thavgross.com, lawandreality.com, or call 888-235-HELP. And remember, you can always come in with law as a Law and Reality viewer for a free consultation. Workers' comp issues, disability issues with Jeff Kirschner, elder law issues with Pat Simasko, tax issues with Jenny Lingle, financial issues, estate planning issues with Brian Small, business issues with myself. Just go to the websites and request a consult, or you can always call 888-235-HELP. Also, check out the websites. There's free reports, how to save your home from foreclosure, Retiree's Guide to Social Security, business formations and loans and grants for small businesses in Michigan and the Metro Detroit area. I want to thank our sponsors, Thav Gross, Simasko Law, Jeff Kirschner Law. Now back to the show.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Thav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Thav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
All right, so we know Jerry and Sam have to do something, and the point is they need to do it now. They can't wait till 65, because if they wait till 65, although they get rid of the debt, they blow the opportunity to save that money over that 10 or 20 year period. But my question is, Brian, what are their options? What are their options? Jerry is making $120,000 a year. He's got $60,000 of credit card debt. Sam is making $60,000 a year. He's got $30,000 of credit card debt. What's the process that you decide? How do they get rid of the debt?
All right, well, we're going to examine the three basic strategies to get rid of debt. I mean, there's multiple others, but the basic ones are do they qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which eliminates the debt, wipes it out, and gives them a fresh start. If they don't qualify for a Chapter 7, do they qualify for a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which reorganizes debt and pays back what they can afford and forces the creditors to accept that, and it pays it back at least at no interest if you have to pay, even if you have to pay the whole thing back.
Usually at a discount.
Substantial discount.
So you don't have to pay the 20% interest for
No,
those years?
first of all, no interest on Chapter 13, except there are some exceptions, but generally no interest. And then like a guy like Sam is probably going to pay back 5 cents on the dollar. Guy like Jerry, depending on his household size, whether he's married, has kids or not, that'll impact it. But at the end of the day, a Chapter 13 allows you to pay back what you can afford over a period of time, anywhere from 3 to 5 years.
But what about debt resolution? How about solving it outside of bankruptcy?
Debt resolution's our other choice, because now if we examine, let's just take Jerry. Jerry likely doesn't qualify for a Chapter 7. He
Too much income.
Too much income. Now I'm going to examine Chapter 13 versus debt resolution. If I can put Jerry into a Chapter 13 and he will pay less money than he would in debt resolution, we'll look towards Chapter 13. If debt resolution makes more sense because it would save him more money than Chapter 13 would, we'll look at that. Both become viable opportunities.
So the thing that we're looking for is, how do we get rid of the debt the fastest way at the least possible cost? And the reason is this: the faster you get rid of it and at the least cost, then the sooner you're saving that money that we want to go into savings. Now let's just illustrate. Let's take Jerry and Sam for a second and eliminate the credit card debt now, and then project where they could be at retirement. They've gotten rid of this credit card debt. I'm going to assume with the money they're savings, they go and they buy themselves a home. So I bought it. Jerry and Sam each get a $250,000 home. They have no mortgage at retirement. They still have their monthly cost of taxes and insurance. They don't have rent. I put that at $500 a month. Zero credit card debt. They've got gas expense on their car and insurance, but they own their car also. They bought their car for cash. Okay? They have other expenses of $500 a month, just like they had before. Their total expenses per month are $1,200 a month. They still have the same Social Security, $3,000 for Jerry, $2,000 for Sam. Their net income is positive. Jerry is $1,800 plus a month. Sam is $800 a month. Now go back and say, remember we created that savings by not paying the credit cards. The total savings for Jerry was over $1 million. For Sam, it was over $500,000. I'm going to subtract the $250 that they spent on the house. I'm going to subtract $50,000 each for their car, and give them their net savings at that point. For Jerry, it's still $715,000. Sam, $207,000. Now I'm going to give them annual interest on their savings at 7%. Jerry's getting $50,000 a year of interest income. Sam, $14,000. They have annual income in retirement of $71,000 for Jerry, $24,000 for Sam, over and above their expenses, and they're not even invading their principal.
That means walks on the beach and
it means
boat
having
rides
fun.
And
right.
dinners out with your friends.
Is there anything wrong
helping
with
the
working your
grandkids?
entire life and getting to the point of 65 or 70 and enjoying your retirement?
Nothing
Anybody have
wrong
a problem with
as
that?
long as you don't have debt.
Yeah.
Because the 3-point retirement program still says own your own house, have no debt, have money in the bank.
If you don't do that, if you allow that credit card debt to linger and in the credit card debt, you're giving up your retirement. Have a great week. We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.